Time for a Rhyme is in the My First Piano Adventure Level C lesson book. Let's get ready to begin. Open your Level C lesson book to pages 4 and 5. You will also want a pencil or something to write with. You are here. Welcome to Level C. This is the very first thing that we are going to do in this book. It's called Time for a Rhyme, and this is a review activity that goes over things that you have learned while you have been in levels A and B. We have 14 things that we are going to answer on these 2 pages. 14 things that you already know. And do you know what a rhyme is? A rhyme is when 2 words have the same ending, so they sound the same at the end. This page will use rhymes as clues to help us figure out what we're supposed to write. Let's get started, shall we? Number 1 says, our music friends make us laugh. They're climbing on a big grand. Let's look. What are they climbing on, those friends? It's a grand staff. Let's look at number 2. Katie sings the high notes best. She sits on the... I see Katie. She's sitting right here on this symbol. Do you remember what that symbol is called? It has a name that sounds a little bit like trouble, but it's treble. That's the treble clef. 3 says, Carlos likes the low notes best. He sits on the big. Do you see Carlos right here? He's sitting on this symbol. Do you remember what this symbol is called? That's right. This is the bass clef. Let's read number 4. On each staff, count the lines where the children love to climb. On each staff, they must want us to count the lines on 1. Let's go ahead and count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we can write in a 5 on the blank line. Number 5, in the bass, count each space where Dallas loves to run a race. Do you see Dallas hanging out on the bass clef here? Let's count these spaces. I see 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's write a 4 on the line for number 5. Number 6 is the last one on this page, and it says point and name each note you see. Choose from letters A to G. We know what this first note is because A is on the top line. We'll start with A and then point at each of them to go up. Let's do it together. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We have made it to page 2. Number 7 says, the scale above steps up from C. Name each note from C to G. That's easy enough. Let's go ahead and write the letter names inside of the stars under the notes. They already did C for us, so next comes D, then E, then F, and finally G. 8 says, some notes are long, some notes are shorter. The 1-beat note is called a... Do you recognize this note here? Sometimes we call it a ta, but it has another name that rhymes with shorter, and that name is quarter. 9 says, what kind of note can you see through? The half note means to count 1, 2. Let's keep going to 10. This note is long, we'll say no more. The whole note means count up to 4. On to number 11. Let's add a dot, and now you see this note means count 1, 2, 3. We've made it to 12. Quiet! It's the quarter rest. Draw 3 of these, then choose your best. Okay, let's trace the one that they have drawn on the page for us, and then draw 2 more of our own, and then circle the one that you think is your best. Number 13. On the staff, you'll step so fine. Move line to space or space to... We're talking about steps, so if steps can move line to space, they can do the reverse too. What is the reverse? That's right, it's space to line. Okay, it's time for the very last clue, number 14. These dots mean play it once again. The double bar line means I see 2 symbols to the side here. The first line says, these dots mean play it once again. They're talking about this top sign, the repeat sign. The second line is asking us, the double bar line means, that's this bottom one. What does that double bar line mean? That's right, it means the end. And what a perfect way for us to end this activity. Thank you for doing Time for a Rhyme with me. You did great work today.